Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Crosson and today I'll be explaining the training in general, what you can do over there. So we go to super training and then training.
Back to the basics.
Then you're gonna start at the stage. So here you can decide which stage you want to choose. Dynamic, open field, rocky land, city, world tournament, tournament of power arena, hyperbolic time chamber, land of the guys, islands, cell games arena, city ruins and destroyed dynamic. The ones with the arrows, they're just depending on time zones. So evening, night, and for this one is no crowd. Daytime cloudy, evening, night, and evening and night. Then you can press L1 R1 to change my settings. For example, BGM, which background music you want. For example, counterattack. And you can also choose random by pressing R3. This gives you a random background music, BGM. And you can also play it by pressing square. That's what you can do over here. And if you want to choose it, you press X to confirm it. You can also go back to the main menu by pressing circle. And the last option you got is rule settings. There's only two rule settings with training. Reflect ability items, that means you want to turn on ability items when you use the training mode, or you want to turn it off. There's only two options. And you got battle rules, there's three options for this: team, single and DP. And for DP you can also set team DP limit 10, 15 and 20, like you can do also with battle and the world tournament. For now I'm gonna choose team. And if you choose any map, you will have the background as the map that you have chosen. Like over here. And if you press triangle, you can change the stage again to a different one. For example, dynamic. And the background will be dynamic. You can do that over and over again by just pressing triangle, and you can go back to the settings where we just were. And here you can decide to change teams, so that means player 1 team and the CPU, and that's pretty much it. You can press L1 R1, doesn't matter. Then you got team presets, so if you have any teams that you want to save, use or delete, you can press R2. And you have my sets, there's 5 slots in total that you can save by holding square, or if you want to use it right now by holding X, or you can remove it by holding triangle. If you want to go back, just press circle, and you can also press options and you get the option menu like you have at the main menu, the beginning screen, and at battles. And here you can also remove a character by pressing remove, and then you can decide, oh, I want to remove this character. Fortunately, you have to click remove over and over again if you want to remove all of it, or you can just change the character by clicking on the character. You can also switch character by pressing the character you want to switch with, what character you want to switch with, and then you have switched the character. And if you click on the character or an empty slot, you can choose a character. And all you have to do is just press X and it will be added to the team. You can also go back by pressing circle. You can also press triangle to sort and filter. Here you can decide in what sort you want to filter it. So you want to sort it out on DP, ascending or descending. For each one of them, it's the same. So alphabetically, proficiency, HP, agility, attack, key, special attack, appearance. And DP means destruction power, alphabetically, so alphabetically. Proficiency is how many times you've used the character, and it gives you a star for it. HP, so the most HP will be at the top or bottom depending on ascending or descending. Agility, how fast the character is, so the fastest character at the bottom or the top. Attack, the character with the most attack power, so melee attack power. Then we got key, the character with the most key or the charging key. Then we got special attack, so blasts, ultimate blasts. Appearance, so once the character has appeared in the anime itself, you can ascend and descend it as well. And if you want to revert, for example, I clicked on it and now you can see it's ascending and descending. from once it got into the game. And then you can also revert it by holding square, and then it's all back to the normal sorting. You can also filter it by Dragon Ball characters, Dragon Ball Z, Super, GT, Films, Z Warriors, Turtle School, Frieza, Force, Androids, Saiyans, related to Goku, related to Vegeta, Universe 7 fighters, other universes fighters, Fuse Warriors, boss characters, giant characters, and excludes post transform. So all the transformation won't be included, just the base form. And you can also revert that by just pressing or holding square. Then you got change members, so you can change the members that you have on your team by pressing L1 R1, like you can change from player 1 to CPU. And if you stand on the character, you can press R2 for controls. That's basically explanation of controls that you can also check during the game once you pause the game. You can also customize the character from here, that you can do at the shop customize, but then for the character itself. And here you can only customize the character you stand on, so that means only player 1 and CPU 1, and not CPU 2 and player 2. For that you have to go to customize, or you have to be player 2 or CPU 2. And here you can do the basically same thing, ability items, outfit, CPU settings, emote, fusion and sparking BGM. And for CPU settings, of course, only for CPUs, and fusion, of course, only for characters can fuse. And then you can also randomize by pressing R3. For example, you want to randomize the whole team, just press R2, R1, R2, R3, R1, R3, R1. So you have a whole team randomized. That's what you can do over here, and the same thing you can do at the CPU settings. But of course, if you click on customize options, you can also change the CPU settings. And then the only thing that's left is, of course, start a battle. And once you start a battle, looks the same as a battle. And you can here can press L1 and option to reset position. So basically, if I just punch Vegeta away and I press L1 and option, it will go back to the starting of the battle. There you go. So I'll reset it again. What else you can do here is, of course, close menu. If you do that, you close the menu. You can retry. Is almost the same thing as R1. Was it R1? L1 and options, but of course it's gonna take longer. And you reset the whole thing. With L1 and option, you still will have the character that you switched with. So if I switch with a different character now, and then press L1 option for that character, I will reset the position, and I won't be cell like I have with retry. And over here you have again explanation of controls, like we had at the start with what says controls, pretty much the same. And you get return to the stage selection, so where you can choose the stage, BGM, and the rules. And you can also return the character selection, where we just were, where you can choose your character. And then we got training settings. This is special for training. You start first with gauge settings. Here you can decide for player and CPU. So player, that's me, that will be you. And here you can decide what you want to do. You can choose for normal, of course, the normal health gauge. If you choose min, you will have only 1 HP. And then there is another option, max. If you choose for max, your health won't decrease even if you get hit. Same goes for the CPU. Let's say minimum, I attack him, it will always stay the minimum. And if I choose normal, you can see he will die. And then he can do damage. And if I do then minimum, he won't die. We'll just have 1 HP all the time. And then you can also choose for max HP, the health gauge, and it will always stay max. Then we got a key gauge, so that's the key bars. As you can see, minimum. Even if you key charge, it doesn't charge up. So you will always have no key. If you want to train without key. Then you got normal. Normal key gauge, it will charge up to 2 key gauge bars. And then from then on, you can charge up. And then we got a max key gauge. Once you do that, you will always have max, so you can go right into sparking mode. And once you use that, for example, for a blast, you will always have max. It doesn't use any key. It will use your sparking mode. And if you don't want to use your sparking mode either, you can choose for sparking gauge. This one will turn on once you pick max key gauge, as you can see. So you can choose for minimum. Of course, there's nothing. And you can also not charge it, as you can see. You do see some animation, as you can see, like you get for sparking mode, but it doesn't charge up. Then we got key gauge settings for normal. Of course, that's normal, so it's just gonna charge up. And then we got, went the wrong place. Then we got max. This will always have you giving you sparking mode, so you can just keep on doing ultimate blast over and over again, and you can also give a boost. As you can see, I keep having sparking mode. Then we got skill count bar. If you choose minimum, let's go. Of course, it's gonna be 0 all the time. Then we go back. Then we got normal. From here on out, it will just charge up. If you deflect key blast, it will charge up faster. I feel like if you do dragon dash, it also will go quicker, but it is not mentioned in the game. For some reason, for me, it feels like it charges up faster. Then we got max. Of course, it's gonna stay on the max. Whatever you use, skills over and over again. As you can see, I keep having 4. You can also just transform over and over again.
What do you think?
Now I have 5, because the second form has 5.
Now you will become one with the cell.
Now we got the perfect form,
It's perfect.
and also has 5. You virtually can turn into perfect cell. That's a separate character. Then we got switch wait time. So there's only normal and none. Normal is basically the normal time you have to wait to switch a character. It will also reset once you transform or switch with a different character. And you can also do none, so you don't have to wait at all. You can keep switching over and over again without waiting.
Alright, now I'm your opponent. That's enough.
So that is it for gauge settings, and you can do the same thing for the CPU. And once you've done that and you want to restore it to the defaults, all you have to do is just hold triangle and we go back to the default. What happens if you have done that, you will keep your sparking gauge and your skill points, so that doesn't disappear, unless you of course reset or retry. Then we got display settings. There's only 2 options, show and hide. Toggle the visibility of characters, icons, gauges, the blast guide, and more during battles. So basically what you see on the top left and right corner of the characters, those will be removed once you do display settings and then hide. So you have like a whole sort of movie video type of gameplay. And you can turn this on again if you want to. And as last, we got opponent settings. This is basically for training yourself. The CPU will attack you. So the first one is strategy. Stand still. The CPU will not make any moves and instead await your attack. For this, I'm going to make separate videos for each one of them and show you what to do to train with them. You can press L1 R1 to change the options for opponent settings, and there are quite a lot. So stand still. Oh yeah, you can over here also press L1 R1 to go to display engage settings. So you don't have to leave and then go over there. You just can press L1 R1. If you want to change the strategy, you just have to press left or right. So for the first one, stand still, guard, balance, strategy, melee. Here you can also choose the strength from weak, normal, strong, and super, like you can do at battles. Then we got balance, strategy, key blast, balance, strategy, sparking. If you change the strength over here, it will also change with the other strategy, as you can see. They got attack strategy combos, defense strategy counters, balance strategy restrain, defense strategy blast, attack strategy ultimate blast, defense strategy gauge recovery, balance strategy blast, defense strategy skills, attack strategy barrage, balance strategy movement, attack strategy evasion, attack strategy vanishing, rush attacks, rush chain, rush high speed movement, rushes and counters, lift strikes, smashes and counters, smash attack and follow up 1, smash attack and follow ups 2, smash attacks and follow ups 3, smash attack and follow up 4, rush key blast, smash key blast, movement and smash key blast, all key blast, rush type blast, beam type blast, guard responses, revenge counters, perception, guards and counters, vanishing assaults, impacts, guarding after attacks, and that's pretty much it for this video. Here I explained everything what you can do in training. Hope you liked the video, hope you learned something. If you did, leave a like, leave down a comment if you want to. If you haven't followed my channel yet, I would really appreciate if you did. Would also appreciate if you could share my videos and my channel, would help my channel grow and motivate me to make more videos. You can turn on notifications, want to be notified when I make a new video when I post one. You can also follow me on my other socials. You can find my information down in the description of my YouTube video. Hope you have a nice day or night for VR. Be safe, take care, and hope you see you next video. Bye bye.